Hey guys. Oh shit. Hold on 1 second. See, that is a sign. That is a sign. I'm excited. We're unstoppable today, bitches. Even though I am mighty tired. So, I got on here because I had a feeling of I wanted to talk to somebody. And basically I knew I had to put out a reading earlier. It came to me that I was like, oh man, I really not should, because I don't work off of shoulds, but I work off of like excitement. Like, okay, I'm excited to work off of these energies today. I'm looking for my water. Where is it? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna have to do this. And so I love water so much. Okay. Especially purified water. That is on my, what do they call it? It's not even coming to me. Whatever. On my list of things that I need. Absolutely need all the time. It's really not coming. It's so funny how terms don't come to me. But you know what? I'm going to take it all as a sign as we're not even supposed to talk about it. So yeah, Unstoppable today's the song that's coming through. I am going to work with spirit in terms of heaven on earth energies. Okay. Look. Alright, I'm going to have to do something real quick because this is something I'm just going to putz around for a little bit, if you guys don't mind. We're just going to blah buddy blah blah it for a little bit. And actually, I have to just really get my water, so hold on 1 second. I'm unstoppable. I'm a pusher with no brakes. Okay. Not every single day. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah, we're definitely working off of energies that that literally need to be worked with, okay? And that is because the veil is getting thinner in terms of, or it has been thin, but getting ever so thinner in terms of working with spirit. So for those of you that work with spirit, it's really funny because it's like Day of the Dead, like Dios de los Muertos, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, you might feel like you're fucking dead. You might be really dragging, and extra today, because normally Sundays are like a slower paced day, like a slower paced energy type of day, and today is kind of like dragging ever more so. So that is not a problem, by the way, though. We're just going to work with the energies. And come on, parties. Okay. And so what we are doing right now is literally working with spirit, with talking to heaven on earth cards. I feel so discombobulated, but it's honestly not in the worst way. Like, I'm kind of okay with it, just because I'm more of a person that likes to be in control of things, and I just feel like my mind is in air right now. Like, it's like with spirit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like not a bad thing. And I just got in also, you know how that goes. So yeah, so that's basically why I'm a little discombobulated, but it's not a bad thing. And I'm very grateful for outings at any rate. Okay, actually, Spirit's telling me to keep, okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, these are fucking phenomenal cards. Okay. I feel like I need the, give me 1 second, guys. I feel like I need, where did I put it? Ah, thank you. I feel like I need scissors, so give me, again, I'm really sorry to be stalling like this, but it is what it is. I don't know, I just feel like I had to, just get rid of the excess and just stick to simple and clarity. And by the way, I just have to say, I am obsessed with organization. I am obsessed with beauty. I am obsessed with all things fucking fun looking. You know what I'm saying? Like fun looking, but also functional, because you're not going to waste my time in this life. That is for sure. So yeah, it's just fun. It's just all around super fun. And so I'm just grateful. I'm just really grateful. Okay. So let me just take a sip. Thank you. I have to breathe. All right. So the first card up, and this is basically right now, and that's actually how the energies have been, by the way. It's like a lot of, like the readings that I've been given, giving as of late is what I meant to say, is and this is like very most recent readings, is like they're right now. And I know that I've been seemingly coming on late to kind of post these messages, but the whole thing is, it's not late, it's right now. You know what I'm saying? So right now is right now, you know? So basically, like, I'm in the quote-unquote thick of it in terms of the energies. So when I'm reading this, I feel like this is for your right now and going forward. Because what I was going to say is that basically my readings would be posted prior to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, and it's absolutely not. It's like more like 5 or 6 or even 7. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the time. And so basically this upcoming card that I'm about to talk about right now is for the right now. And basically, you know, I'm going to say it was for like, I'm going to just say to stick to the clarity, right? Like the messiness would be like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on, right? But to stick to clarity, it is from this moment on going forward, right? So I am sorry, please forgive me. That is the theme of tonight, okay? Tonight is, and I can actually cry because I sense spirit, like, okay, first I was thinking earthly, and then I was thinking majorly spirit. So like if we're, it's like more spirit than earthliness in terms of people that we're talking about, right? It's not really people, it's more spirit. So, and that's what I mean by earthliness, is people. So it says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So there is like I'm gonna say a supportive energy or a message maybe that's coming through to those that need it, obviously. But I want to say that these energies are supportive of those that kind of do want to, that those that want to make amends. It's not kind of, they want to, because if you kind of want to make amends, like, don't do it. That's basically what it is. I mean, that's it because again, we're sticking to clarity, like clear cut, like clear connection, right? That's what we're talking about. You know, clean cut is clear connection to the divine. Honestly, that's why I think I'm like just like getting rid of all the excess that like is not really necessary, you know, to have anywhere really. You know what I'm saying? Like it could apply to everything visually, you know, purging anything that's visually not pretty. And when I say visually not pretty, I'm talking about like having substance with that, right? Like it's like obviously there are things that like are beautiful, and here's the thing, I'm talking about both inside and outside beauty, right? So purging the shit that does not apply to either of that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that came off the way that it needed to come off either, but if you guys are smart, you will understand that foundationally things start from the inside out. It's not from the outside in. So don't come at me in terms of and I'm very grateful that actually like nobody really does come at me. So which means that a lot of you can like, you know, listen and really understand hearts in terms of a common sense way. So that's beautiful. I just like to say it in case, you know, somebody's in a bad fucking mood one day or some shit, you know, wants to take it out on me, because let me just tell you, I have been the person that people take it out on many a times, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't having it. I ain't having it. So I'd rather just like nip it in the butt before any of that showdown goes, I'm gonna say that any of that shindig goes down before I show down, you know what I'm saying? The Midway Happy Way card is I'm standing right next to you, and that is literally the veil being super thin. So it's kind of like if you need to talk to somebody, like I literally come on here. Okay, Spirit's saying I don't have to talk about it. So yeah, amen. Basically, I'm gonna just simply put it that this is your opportunity to talk to Spirit and those around you that literally, you know, that you want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, so maybe before, right, when I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I want to talk to somebody, that's usually like your nudge to speak out loud, or to like, so you might want to be heard, but you also might, I think it's more so like you want to just express yourself, right? And when you express yourself, you don't actually need people to do that too. You can literally, I mean, sometimes it's way more fun having a person, but also, like, it's really good to be able to have an outlet to do that. And I'm just grateful to have this outlet so that I can simultaneously speak to you guys, but also talk to Spirit at the same time. And obviously, you know, that goes without say, that literally, I mean, I obviously have way more intimate conversations with Spirit on my own, just because there's so much spiritual work to be had in this life, as well as thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation, as well as, you know, physical work. So when you see me on the streets and I'm fucking exhausted, or I'm not fucking talking, it's because I'm well overworked. You know what I'm saying? Like, from both ends. From, like, you know, what's that saying, like, burning the wick from both ends? Like, that's basically, I mean, I am that because I am just the medium that also needs to life. You know what I'm saying? With the humans, you know? And so I'm also trying to figure out this thing called life in the highest and best way so that I can live it in the highest and best way. So, but let me just tell you something, and I'm feeling this so much, is that I'm so grateful because I feel like I'm at least on the right path. And I wasn't on the, not to say I was on a negative path, but I was really far from, like, I'm going to put it this way. I was always on the right path. I just wasn't that close to what I really wanted. And now, as of yesterday, and I think I'm bringing this up because of the fact that it's happening for you guys today. And also that I'm grateful is that I feel super magically, divinely close, not only to Spirit, but to, like, so close to what I personally feel like is meant for me in terms of a success level. And I really am, I thought I was never going to get there, honestly, you know? So, also, I'm super grateful, I'm just going to, like, add this in, is I'm super grateful for being taken in by music, because I feel like I have a dedication now, like a devotion, if anything, to music, to where I, like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a build-up to get there, you know what I'm saying, to understand it all and to learn it all. But I am just so grateful that music took me in when I was feeling really lost and low, and also the people that are involved in music that I'm now, you know, connected to. It's like, it's super beautiful. So if you guys ever listen to this, I'm shouting you guys out. You know who you are. I'm super utterly grateful for you guys. Just because you guys are the ones that, you know, that okayed everything for me to kind of start it up, you know. You green lighted me, if that makes any sense. So when I'm talking about burning the wick at both ends, it's like, at least it's worth it, you know. At least I'm like even though there's more work to be done than I have been doing, and there's more like application to be done, I feel as though I'm super grateful, because it's all for what makes sense to me. It's all for my like feel good, but also absolutely potentially like meant for me to like make money at too, you know. So it's kind of like learning a habit slash, you know, new skill, of which I can super nicely get paid for it eventually, right? So and I love living my life like that. I think that is the beauty of life. I think that's how to make life way more beautiful, is when you can combine the two, because it's not like the money is limiting your creativity, but it's more so like you're so being not reignited but reinvited all the time to like come back to do what you got to do in order to, you know, in order to like learn more. I'm also getting sacrificed more, but I'm not about that life. I am really kind of sort of sacrificing right now, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I know it's going to be worth it, you know? So again, maybe this message of why I'm expressing myself all has to come down to, I'm sorry, please forgive me, because maybe like if you had lost somebody, that was kind of more very so helpful in your foundational process of life, like maybe the pressure that's been put on you in terms of surviving to then thrive is literally like kind of due to them having passed, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of more so like, oh, you're born with, you know, these pressures, you're naturally like ambitious with pressures, right? And then like obviously the outer world pressure, and then the pressure of like losing somebody where you weren't even ready to fly is not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's really not easy. So it's like three pressures, and I'm just gonna say like maybe even more so, maybe even 4+ pressures, because sometimes pressure is just created out of like, you know, what you learn or what you're feeling or what you desire, you know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting. So I think that, you know, if you also are finding yourself where you're burning, you know, the two wicks at whatever, what is it, two wicks at both sides, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. If you find yourself feeling that way, just know that there was something there. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to try to close the door a little bit better, just because we got a full house. Hold on 1 second. So sorry about that. But it is what it is. I mean, you can't control everything. I just have like when I'm awake, I'm just so super aware of a lot of shit. So, also adding to the burning the candles at both ends, okay? But you know, like I said, it needs to be worth it. If you're gonna be doing that, it really does need to be worth it. And so, you know, spirit might be saying, you know, forgive me, like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And, you know, and that's definitely gonna heal the matter a lot. because you're not really thinking that it's all you. You know, sometimes we think we're alone and it's all us, and I'm also super grateful that I like stopped thinking that it's all me, because of these cards. They're more therapeutic than anything, right? So I literally was able to release a lot of, and I never even thought that like I might have been doing this because of the lack of somebody in my life. But also, it is the aspect of you putting, what is that? What's the saying when you're like, you know, when you're pounding the pavement, right? Like pedal to the metal. You're just like, okay, oh, hit the ground running. Thank you, Spirit. That's basically what I want to say. You're like hitting the ground running after this person passes, and obviously it seems to be like more of a race rather than, you know, race for survival, more so than just enjoying the survival and enjoying the thrival, right? So I feel like Spirit's just saying it's okay for you to chill out a little bit, you know? I'm standing right next to you. Like I said, that is your Midway Happy Way card from today into tomorrow. By the way, today is we're on Sunday. Okay, so career day. We're talking about career. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. When somebody says, I'm sorry, please forgive me, there is like this, maybe this like extra hustle in you that like needs to get shit done to make sure that you are gonna stay alive. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's like fun, but it's like I don't know, it's like it's exhausting, right? It really is exhausting, but it is fun and it's worth it. And those, by the way, that are musically inclined may also have this going on a lot more, because Spirit is extra involved with music, right? So, because it's just high vibrations. So like if you are, if you're in the entertainment life, in the music industry in some sort of way, and you're like hustling and grinding, it's not just you. It's because this might be from like an old type of paradigm that you've kind of had to always, you know, race alongside of to basically hustle your ass to like survival. You know what I'm saying? So if you're feeling like slowed down, it's okay. Work with those energies. You know what I'm saying? Like be a little bit lazy. It's okay. You know? You're still gonna get paid, right? That's the whole thing. You're still gonna get paid because Spirit sees the genuine aspect of you being fucking tired. You know what I'm saying? You're not making this shit up. You're tired, right? And for those of us that are ambitious, like, we don't give up. We don't stop. We don't fucking ever, you know, like, I'm gonna say it's the childlike essence in us that just, like, keeps on coming back to the essence of we have to keep creating. We have to keep creating. And so we're more bound to the creating, which is basically the God, that is more so the motivation. It's like we have a hold on us, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to creativity. But creativity in this world, it's so, and I'm going to change the paradigm right now as I'm speaking about it, is that it's so interesting that the hustle is so real for the creativity. When it comes down to even being semi-business oriented, that like it ends up being kind of like more exhausting, because you have to like believe in it so much extra more than just like it being practical. But it's so interesting because like out of creativity, a lot of fucking practicality comes from it, right? This is why I love both. I extremely love both. Practicality and creativity is like, and functionality, like, dude, there's nothing more beautiful when those two combine, and nothing more powerful, by the way, when those two combine. And that's exactly, by the way, how you're going to get rid of a lot of excess. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about all different nouns. I'm talking about, like, maybe this is even why I love organizing, because I love the power that happens between the practicality and the creativity, which makes for a lot of positive change in people's lives. And it is spiritual. It is very much spiritual when you're like when you're really like obsessed with organization and keeping things neat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing. The next card up for tomorrow, which is another I'm gonna say extra slow day. It's the slowest day of the week, I feel, or I have observed. And that is Monday, and that is self-love, that's spirituality, and that's knowledge. So, and it's funny, this card says, I have a new understanding when it comes to the whole knowledge and spirituality and self-love. So I feel like somebody is evolving into, and it's also Halloween, which is so cool. So I feel like there are, and I'm hearing the word ascending, so I feel like a lot of spirits are ascending to the next level, which basically also means as above, so below, right? So if it's happening in heaven, it's happening to us too down here. And honestly speaking, I know that to be the truth because I've been I'm going to say I've been privy to it, but also, and thank you God for that, but I've been noticing that a lot is like people are upping their game. And so you could be doubling up on what fucking works. And even if you wanted to like quadruple it, for instance, right? I feel like spirit knows what you're trying to do and they appreciate you trying to quadruple it, but you need to fucking be okay with just double downing on it, like just doubling up on it. Because again, the first aspect of it, the first, I want to say step, or the first, the primary aspect of of you just doing it is a success. And if you're doubling it, that's like a double success. Like, what more do you want? Like, and I feel like it's the knowledge that you have a new understanding is that, or that there is a new understanding is that like you get to have fun now. You get to participate. You get to, you get to literally enjoy and reap the rewards of what you have sown, right? I just feel also that like, so it's kind of like, I want to say you have understanding, but they have an understanding too, where it's like you're not really being forced to work more than you need to work anymore. So more so it's like be happy with what you have. That's what I'm sensing, is like be happy with what you have, be happy with what you're doing. That's where the gratitude lies. That's where the, functionality and the beauty lies. And you don't have to like go for the gold anymore, because gold was like I said, let's say, okay, this is how I'm trying to depict it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, so when I'm saying quadruple, I'm talking about, there's two things going on in my head right now. Do I talk about my whole thing first? Okay. So let's say today, this is my experience. Today, I had two yard sale signs, right? That I have already created, already bought, already created, right? And we're ready to post, right? And literally I went to go buy two more signs. So that's why I'm saying, like, I wanted to double up on it, right? Which makes it a quadruple. So I wanted to double up on the locations that I would have put my yard sale signs at. However, I got to the place and they didn't have any, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to just like, use what I have. I already have it done, so there's less work for me to do, and now is my time to just post them, right? I was just gonna post them, like I was gonna create them all at once and then post them all at once and then that type of thing. But so lo and behold, I went out to kind of seek or create, a quadruple effect of my success. But guess what? The success isn't just having one fucking sign. I don't even need two, to be honest, right? It's like, so that's what I'm trying to say. Also with chocolate, I was thinking chocolate. Do I talk about the chocolate thing? Okay. Yes or no? Yes or no? All right, they're telling no. They're saying no. So, because we already spoke about one example, so we don't really need another one. But that's what I'm trying to say here is like you're trying to like exceed or excel past your surplus of a success when really your success was at one sign. You didn't need you didn't need a second one, and you didn't need a third or a fourth one, obviously, since there was no third or fourth, available. So it's kind of like the double down of your success is more than enough, and that's what you should be really happy about, because that also took effort, that also took work, that also took major thinking, So I just feel like, that's something that, that you're having a new understanding of. It's like, you're not being given more than you need, which is a good thing. And that's something that is just a blessing, right? Because Spirit knows everything. They have the newest understanding of all things, right? So you might be working with, an old paradigm in terms of your mindset that okay, you're trying to do the most, but really maybe Spirit's like, yo, you're not taking a look at your energy levels, and you're going to be a little tired. And, especially now, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So it's kind of like, you need to just fucking be okay with doing what you think is maybe the quote unquote bare minimum, but really it's more than the bottom line of success. You know what I'm saying? And somebody sneezed in the other room, which makes it a confirmation. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Give me 1 second, guys. I love how things fall into place too. It's so magical. I'm not going to talk about it, but there's something in my surroundings that I'm looking at right now that we're just chucked together. When you come into a room and you're just you're putting things down, and I'm like, wow, that's really powerful in terms of how it's been chucked together. So also peace. That's really interesting. So peace is coming through in terms of your new understanding. So with this also, I wanted to say, very interestingly enough, I feel like those of you that have gotten readings or are going to get readings, tarot readings, they're going to give you a new understanding and also an elevated shift in energy for you. So I feel like, definitely always go with your gut on everything. I know that I'm actually here on live today. Do I talk about it? All right, they're talking about it. Yes, they're saying yes. So I am literally on here live today, wondering what Spirit has to say, but also delivering messages, but also on top of that, encouraging myself and also celebrating my work, because I realized yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw that post on Instagram, on my Instagram stories, but a colleague of mine had asked me yesterday, T, how long have you been doing readings? Because I went to go do a reading party yesterday, and I was like, you know what, I don't know, I've just been doing it for a really long time, even though every time I fucking go to do a reading and or a reading party of sorts, and somehow I'm always chosen to do reading parties, which is hilarious to me, because I get ever so nervous about all these people all at once wanting to get readings. But I know that energetically I can handle it, because I know how energy really kind of works. So it's not I'm gonna be bombarded, but at the same time I feel like I gotta be ready for them all, So talk about the whole idea and aspect of success, right? It's wow, the success is right in front of you. There's multiple opportunities, and really they're all coming at you, but really I know that it's filtered, you know what I'm saying? It's filtered down to me in terms of who needs a reading, at what time, at what place. Everything is not up to me, right? So Spirit has people sit down whenever they need to sit down and, and talk to me and, or, get their readings from me. So it's kind of everything's not up to me. Everything's literally delivered and guided by Spirit. And so so the guy walked away, right? And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? How fucking long have I been doing it? Because I really didn't have an answer for him. And it's funny because I'm and it made me really think. I was I have been doing this for a long time, but I really don't feel as if I've been doing it for a long time. Like, that's why I said, like, in a good way. I'm going to take it in a good way, but I can tell you in a very deeply negative and unsatisfied way, I've always felt like I'm a newbie at tarot. Like, I really have no fucking idea what I'm doing, you know? And when really, if I were to really put it in, I'd be like, oh, if I'm getting it right, it's beginners, intermediate, and then specialized, right? Like, I feel like I'm like more beginners to intermediate, but then all of a sudden I fucking did the math on it in terms of like when I was like introduced to it and all that jazz. Dude, I've been doing this for 17 years. And I was like, I cannot even believe that I'm even saying so. And so I told the guy that, and this is just for fun and shit's unfun. I told the guy when he came back around, and I was like, dude, you made me realize that I did the math on it. I've been doing this for 17 years. And he fucking was so shocked because like we got into like how, you know, his one of his nieces just started getting into it. I said, yeah, it's actually like super fun, you know? And it's like super like, you know, mysterious, and like it's just like you don't know what you're gonna get, and so it's like surprising and it's mysterious, and it's like it's a bunch of hocus pocus, like they say, you know. But the whole thing is there's no buts. It's just really just super fucking interesting, you know. So that's why I'm like on here, like being like, all right, Spirit's really like, talk about music has a hold on me now, but like Spirit has always had a hold on me in a good way. So now it's like I realize that I'm more of a mastery level at my craft, and I don't mean that lightly. I mean that super intensely, Scorpio season. Yes, I do, bitch, because I fucking go in. You know what I'm saying? But like, long story short, like that's fucking phenomenal. That's like putting in your, what is it, 100,000 hours or some shit, 10,000 hours. I think that's what it is to make yourself like a master at something. And I'm like, oh damn, like that's not like, I mean, I haven't recorded the 10,000, right? But like 17 years, like doing it as it comes, like that's pretty fucking phenomenal. And like, I'm not a person, like I love habit, but I'm not a person that like really kind of like records it. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and it's weird because I'm a person of habit, but I'm not a person of habit. Like I'm a person of habit, probably more so than I think I am, but I really kind of see myself as more of an adventurer, which like I kind of like, I don't give a fuck, you know, sometimes. And so, but alongside of my adventure, I'm still pretty structured in terms of what the shit that I have to get done for myself and like how to take care of myself and things like that. So yeah, I was like super surprised by that math yesterday. Math doesn't fucking lie, PS. So I was like, damn. I was like, first of all, thank you for being curious enough to ask me, right? And yeah, and so it made me just think about all these other things that I was like, holy shit. So it's just fun. So basically, you might even, why I went into that is that I'm grateful to be celebrating 17 years of doing tarot card readings, which also really adds to my expertise. So like a lot of the times I don't feel like an expertise, but like there is an expertise level there for sure. You know what I'm saying? So so that's for you guys to know too, in case you ever want readings from me, which are really gonna have to be emergency level readings at this point, because that's the only way I realize that people like listen to me and actually apply what I say to their life instead, and immediately so, rather than like waiting like to feel it out and like whatever. It's like, no, just get that fucking shit done right now so you can actually feel a lot better, and we can all, you know, we can all in this world benefit from your fucking happiness. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times, you know, it's like laziness. So my whole thing is when people book my emergency readings, and they are expensive readings because they're super quality, they're filled with a lot of information that like are customizable to you and how you can apply it to your life. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention the energy that it takes to actually like really go in, like it takes a lot, you know? So my whole thing is, when I do the emergency readings, I know for a fact, actually, and thank you, Spirit, that is the truth. I know, okay, sorry about that. I know for a fact that it dismisses you actually thinking about should you or shouldn't you apply it. Because like I said from the beginning, coming back around, in terms of God bless karma is like, and God bless extra good karma, or extra God bless good karma, is that like literally, you have no, like it gets rid of the should and should not, just like I said at the beginning of this reading, where it's like, I don't fuck around with the should and should nots. I just do it when I'm fucking sensing to do it. And I know that like some people like to like ponder and think about it and like, you know, I don't know, I really should do that, but like I really haven't like whatever made the time or whatever. And it's like, no, you have to know that you are important. That's number one. Number two, you could be fucking taken out of your life at any given moment. That's number two. Number three is, this is why you do it, because of the fact that you could be taken out of this life at any given moment, and you don't have the time to even think about whether or not you should do it or not. It's just, yes, if it's going to apply to your life in a positive way, you fucking do it. And that's it. That's all you got to do. There's nothing else more to it. So people complicate it. And then, you know, and this is why I love seeing, and what I'm picturing in my head is like, you know, when lanterns like go, or like air balloons just go and glide, and that's a super big word these past 2 days, glide, okay? Because that's a synonym in my life of flow. And so I feel like when people come to me for a reading, I give them the tools and the knowledge and the understanding, and I touch their hearts. And I touch their motivation, right? Like their own personal power to empower them to do something, you know, special is coming through, but also positive, you know, for their life. And so, long story, hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining. And so, long story short, I literally I do that so that people, when they get a reading from me, I literally kind of picture them in terms of their success, applying what I'm talking about in the reading, but then also allowing people to kind of drift off and glide into the sky above, of which is the, you know, Japanese or Chinese, I should say Chinese lantern, and or air balloon, right? Like I just kind of let them go, you know. And so with my readings, you really shouldn't be coming back to me, because that's how much I want you to be on your own, independently, thinking for yourself, doing for yourself, creating for yourself, definitely having a better life for yourself all the time, and also figuring out how to free yourself up a little bit to what really matters in this life, and not more so what, you know, what people like to call like the matrix, like, you know, being, or I think it's also, if I'm getting it correct, like I don't know how it applies because I didn't really analyze it, but like the yellow brick road in The Wizard of Oz, you know, like how everybody's following the fucking yellow brick road. It's like I really do want people to start thinking for themselves, to then feel for themselves in a positive way, so that they can actually take the reins in their own hands of their own life, and literally, you know, do way more positive shit and not follow the fucking norm. You know what I'm saying? And hence why I was saying earlier, I'm super grateful that I feel very, very close to what my passions. Okay, there's like a bunch, right? And they're all kind of puzzle piecing themselves together into my life right now, where I'm like, oh, wow, I really had to do all this fucking work to do it, and I had to take a lot of shit to do it, but like at the end of the day, I know that it's gonna be like Lizzo says, I know I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because you had to, you know, it takes a lot of thought, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of, you know, everything out of you to like that's not even a word, but whatever, structuralize, whatever, your life, but also your company, but also your companies, but also it's a lot. It's a lot. So the whole thing is, it's like, you know, there's always something to be done. Just like if you were to take care of a house, there's always some shit to like organize and or clean. You know, you find yourself doing that all the time. So like, you need a well-balanced life too. Like, you need to have that shit in check as well. So, you know, we don't know what the fuck can come up in your readings, but basically it's like, it really is, my readings are super structured in a sense of giving you more of a structure to literally wholesomeize your life. You know what I'm saying? Make it more well-rounded, which is so super beautiful. So, and that makes you, when you feel into that beauty of like, wow, you did it. Like, there's a pride within you. Like, wow, you did it. Like, you're your own cheerleader. Like, it makes you do a whole bunch of other, you know, like, just do it shit instead of like, oh, I should be doing that and I'm not doing that. Like, how fucking annoying is that feeling, right? When, oh, I really should be doing that, but I'm not doing that. Like, that feeling is disgusting. X that shit out, fucking get to what you actually want to do, and like, call it a day, right? Like, keep following that in terms of what your heart is saying. Like, you know, and there's so many times, by the way, since we're extra fucking tired, you know, in these kind of energies, I just want to say, I have to go in a little bit, but I just want to say that, you know, you get to, I don't know what I want to say actually, but I think it's going to come back. But what second runner-up thought is that you get to enjoy what you fucking are creating, you know? And that is like the biggest reward, I think, ever, is like, you get to like come up with your own shit. You get to like literally create whatever you think is next. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Spirit. Is like, even in these what's it called, like slower energies, I literally had to like ask Spirit, like, okay, I know that there's always something to be done. I'm super slowed down today and super tired, but yet there's like a little bit of a spark in me that's like, I kind of feel like doing something though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel like applying myself like in a fun way. So just to kind of be ever more prepared and ever more like ready to go for the next opportunity that comes up, you know? And so what I wanted to say here was I had to literally check in. I had to check in with Spirit. And so like, don't be afraid to like check in with Spirit, to be like, okay, I know I need to do something next. What's next? And so, because a lot of the times when you're slowed down, like I said, when you're burning that 2 wicks at both ends or whatever, literally like you have to ask for the next steps because you just don't want to think anymore, and you just like, and it's all a part of you feeling a little bit on the deadish side, honestly. So it's kind of like, you know, yeah, you can kind of quote unquote zombie mode in a good way, but you also have to get shit done. So like, you know, you can putz around and go slow-mo, but the whole thing is, you know, ask Spirit, what is my next highest and best and most joyous and most accurate and most right steps for me to take in terms of getting shit done, you know? Like, for instance, if you have kids, if you're taking care of the elderly, like, that, you know that life just keeps on fucking going, right? Also, if you have a company, you know your life keeps on going. If you have all three, fuck, you're fucking, you need to, like, you just can't handle all of it. Like, there's too much jiggling that actually wanted to come out, so that's hilarious. But juggling, which, talk about jiggle, it might have created excess fat on you because you're stressed out by it, so you need to be the person that takes the reign. Oh, that's another sign that came through, is if you are getting frustrated, or if you, let's put it this way, if you are in, give me 1 second, I don't know if I should talk about this, hold on 1 second. Whatever, I'm not going to actually talk about it, but what I wanted to say here is check in with yourself if you are juggling all three, because you need to simplify so that you can literally release a lot of the excess weight that's stressing you the fuck, or that's being caused by stress, right? So don't be, I always like to say to people, we have been, like, it's like a thought that we had to be like this superhero in life, and all of us kids, and still our inner children want to be like these fucking superheroes sometimes. And the thing is, you have to unlearn that. You do. It's like, and my whole thing is, that's it. That's if you want to be famous, and that's if you want to be acknowledged in any way. You have to unlearn that, because there is a contentment that you need to be satisfied with. That's not a settling contentment, but more so like, I need my energy. You know what I'm saying? I need my own energy in this life, and I can't be everything to everybody all the time. I can't be juggling all the time. And like, this is why. And so basically it's like, you're gonna have to embrace the slowdown. You're gonna have to embrace it. You're gonna also have to, tell, like, oh, this is what I want to say before, is you're gonna have to know that you are in control, and you need to express what you need to express so that you can have more control out of the situation. So like, for instance, if you want to go outside, and I'm gonna just go by something that happened today. Somebody in my vicinity wanted to go outside, and I guess, like, and I don't know if this is true or not, but like, we're just making up a scenario, is like, we're making up an interior scenario out of all of it. This isn't a made up scenario, but so like, the person taking care of the elderly was like, they were like, you should go outside today, and the elderly person stubbornly was like, no, I'm not going outside today. But meanwhile, it's fucking beautiful outside, right? And it's not cold, and it's like fucking gorgeous. And the elderly was so adamant that they kind of had the upper hand. But meanwhile, the caretaking person is of an elderly stature too now, right? So, or a mature stature, right? Maybe not elderly. But my whole thing is, at one point, you have to flip the script. And you have to decide when you're in control of a matter, because everything is landing on your shoulders, and you're the tired one, and no one's fucking seeing that you're tired, and everybody's coming to you for some sort of fucking, relief of the situation, because you seem to have it all together all the time, and you're positive, and you're whatever, fucking, customer service positive and all that shit. And like, the whole thing is, the most positive people need the most fucking help. That's what people don't tell you in this life. Is like, people think, oh, the most positive person, they got it all together. They're handling it. They're doing great. They don't fucking need help. But like, and it's crazy, because like, I'm the person that always asks for help, because I told myself a long time ago, I'm gonna fucking put myself in weird ass fucking situations, the shit that I don't want to feel, but I rather have the fucking help. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's like, and so when people say it's like really hard for people to ask for help, it is hard, especially when you're a strong person that can persevere without anybody, but knows that for a fact, if you had help, things can go a little quicker, right? But the whole thing is, it's not just help that you're asking for. You're asking for the right people to help you. And that's something that I wanted to let you know about. There's people out there that are, that are around, right? But they don't want to help. And that's the energy that you need to really read clearly and decipher clearly for yourself, so that you don't ask them for their help, right? A lot of people see like other people, and they're like, oh, you can help me with this, you can help me with that. And that's not true, because there's an energy there that either people are not happy for you, or there could be an energy there that, and what I meant to say is, there could be an energy there that people are not happy for you. There could be an energy there where they think you got it all handled, and they just like literally want to stay out of it. And you have to read those energies too, because those energies are not actually helpful for you. They're actually hindering you. If you think, and it's such a mind fuck when you're in that situation, because again, there's maybe a lot of childlike essence to clearing and decluttering this bullshit too within ourselves, because like as a child you see an adult and you're like, oh, they can help me with like what my needs are, right? But as you grow up and you don't look like a child anymore, but yet you still have an inner child that goes on within you that really does need help with a lot of things, because we have to understand all of us don't know everything. Like there's no person in this world that knows everything about everything. I don't give a fuck if your IQ is high or not. It doesn't fucking matter. And actually, let me just tell you something. Usually the people with the fucking highest spiritual IQ know a lot of shit. And it's the vice versa with if you're an intelligently high IQ person, you don't know shit about shit. Honestly, that's usually how it goes. I think maybe that's why what's it called? You know, we call people with spiritual IQ, not with spiritual IQs, but with mentally intelligent IQs. Which is also spiritual in essence, but it's more of a material mental, heightened IQ. It's like they're geeks and they just know what they know and they're specialized in what they know, and that's maybe all of what they're gonna know. But when you're talking about a specialized spiritual person, that person is fucking wholesome, total and complete, 100%edly, more so often than not. So you're talking about, and like is even willing to learn the different types of mathematics that need to go into it. I don't know why I'm bringing up math, but like I feel like math is kind of like a geeky thing too, which is not a bad thing at all. It's more so connected to, whatever. You can geek out on anything, not just math, but usually like math is like, I feel like the more common geeky thing, like it's kind of, because I guess it's kind of it's not kind of, it is foundational, right? So it makes a lot of sense. Taxes and that type of shit, like that's literally like, you need to know your shit on that. And so what I want to say here is, I just think that we all just kind of need to just, I guess, unlearn that not everybody that we are surrounded by really wants to genuinely help us, and we need to learn to have the strength to literally say, you know what, everybody's on their own. Like, just know that in this life everybody is on their own, and it's the saddest shit, but at the same time it's the most realest shit. And when like you just come to the acceptance, first of all, come to the realization and acceptance of that, which is like, and again, feeling that sadness to heal that shit, after a while you're gonna be like, okay, I mean, I can do it, and I can also wait until somebody decides to come around to actually, want to help me. But also, let me just tell you something, when that person or people come around to actually want to help you, you best not be destroying them as they're helping you, and or destroying their work that they're coming through with in terms of helping you. Because people, I have seen the fucking craziest shit, dude, that like people would be praying for fucking years on end, and this is coming from my heart, I feel it in my heart, where people would be praying years on end for the shit, like especially like when it comes to love, like they'd be praying, oh my god, I really want to be in a relationship, I really want to find that one fucking person. All of a sudden you find them and you fucking become like the biggest fucking shithead to them, and like dismiss them, as a new energy, fresh energy coming into your life, and they could be a really good energy in your life, but will then take the side of the people that are related to you that fucked you over, in terms of not taking, I guess like in terms of I'm gonna say comfort zoning, and or maybe even relapsing, right? Like relapsing, like kind of what is it called? I'm gonna just use the word relapse, but like it's like retreating back to like your own childlike ways, like trying to go back to somebody that like you thought you were safe with, but yet as you grew older you knew that your concept of what that role in your life was whether it be like, you know, a parent, like a mother or father, you know, like we all have this essence of like what a parent really is, what a guardian really is, more so what a mom and dad are, you know. And we try to live up to that instead of just being ourselves, but also instead of just living, or not living, but learning what the truth of the matter is behind it all, and just working with that energy rather than you know, playing, I'm gonna just say it because somebody taught me that a long time ago, playing house, you know. It's counting me down, guys. So yeah, so go live your best life in the most genuine way, and do what you gotta do in order to, in a positive way, do what you gotta do in a positive way to kind of get there and maintain it and enjoy it.